You are bleeding out. You are disciplined with your finances. You track every dollar. You are disciplined with your body. You track every calorie, every rep, every macro. You are disciplined with your business. You track every lead, every conversion, every metric. But there is a leak in your vessel that is draining your power faster than you can generate it, and you are letting it happen. You are wasting your most finite resource, your time and your consciousness, on people who do not deserve a seat at your table. I am not talking about haters on the internet. I am talking about the people you call friends, the people you call family, the partners you are trying to save, the colleagues you are trying to wake up. You are engaging with versions of people who are committed to mediocrity, and you are surprised when they drag you down. You are trying to explain color to a man who insists on being blind, and you are angry that he doesn't see the sunset. This is not a social problem. This is a physics problem. And until you fix this, your manifestation work, your SATs, your affirmations, they are all useless. You are trying to fill a bucket that has a hole in the bottom. Today, we are going to seal the hole. We are going to deconstruct the psychology of why you tolerate this. We are going to look at what Neville Goddard actually meant when he said, "Everyone is you pushed out," because you are interpreting it wrong. And I am going to give you the protocol to surgically remove these energy parasites from your reality, not by fighting them, but by outgrowing them. If you are ready to stop apologizing for your standards and start protecting your state like a fortress, hit the like button. It's a signal to yourself that you are done with the nonsense. Let's get to work. Part 1. The physics of the leak. You need to understand what actually happens when you spend time with someone who does not match your desired state. Neville taught that consciousness is the only reality. Your state of consciousness is the house you live in. It is the frequency you broadcast. When you interact with someone who is constantly negative, victim-minded, or disrespectful, you are not just listening to them. You are agreeing to enter their state. To comprehend their complaints, you have to lower your frequency to match theirs. You have to empathize with their victimhood to understand it. In that moment, you have vacated the state of the king or the success, and you have moved into the state of the dumpster. You think you are being a good friend. You think you are venting. No, you are rehearsing failure. Every time you sit for an hour with a friend who talks about how the economy is bad, women are impossible, or the system is rigged, you are impressing your subconscious mind with those facts. You are saying amen to his limitations. And because the subconscious mind is impersonal and does not know a joke from a command, it takes that hour of conversation and begins to weave it into your future. Suddenly your business deals start to stall. Suddenly your relationships get rocky, and you wonder why. "I'm doing my visualizations," you say. Yes, you visualized for 10 minutes before bed. But you spent 3 hours agreeing with a loser that the world is hard. Which impression do you think is dominant? The math doesn't work. You cannot afford these people. The cost is not just your time. The cost is your destiny. Part 2. The sunk cost fallacy of relationships. Why do you stay? Why do you keep answering the phone for the guy from high school who hasn't grown in 15 years? Why do you keep trying to explain your business vision to a family member who mocks you? It is the sunk cost fallacy. In economics, a sunk cost is money that has already been spent and cannot be recovered. A rational investor ignores sunk costs. If a project is failing, you cut it. You don't throw more money at it just because you've already spent $1 million. But in relationships, men are irrational. You say, "But we've been friends for 20 years. But she was there for me when I was broke. But he's my brother." So what? Does the length of the mistake justify continuing it? Loyalty is a noble virtue, but loyalty to a dead past is suicide. You are being loyal to a memory, not to the person standing in front of you. The person standing in front of you is an anchor. They are committed to a version of you that no longer exists. When you are around them, they treat you like the old you. They bring up old stories. They reinforce old habits. They trigger old insecurities. They are the guardians of your graveyard, and by staying with them, you are climbing back into the coffin. You must understand, people fall in love with your limitations because it makes them feel safe. If you are broke, your broke friends feel comfortable. If you are fat, your out-of-shape friends feel valid. When you start to rise, when you start to apply this law, you become a mirror that reflects their lack of discipline. You become a threat, and they will subconsciously try to pull you back down. Not because they are evil, but because your elevation destroys their excuse. If you can do it, why can't they? It is easier to drag you down than to pull themselves up. Stop calling it loyalty. Call it what it is: fear. You are afraid to outgrow them because you are afraid of being the bad guy. You are afraid of the guilt. Let me tell you something about guilt. Guilt is the ego's way of keeping you small. Guilt is the tax you pay for freedom. Pay the tax. Part 3. The everyone is you pushed out trap. Now, the Neville students will say, but wait, Neville said everyone is me pushed out. If they are annoying, isn't it my fault? Shouldn't I just change my view of them? This is the most dangerous trap in the community. Yes, everyone is you pushed out. Yes, they are reflecting your internal state. But there are 2 ways to handle a reflection that you don't like. Method 1. You stand in front of the mirror and try to paint over the reflection. You spend hours mentally arguing with them, revising every conversation, trying to manifest them into being a better person. You obsess over them. Method 2. You walk away from the mirror. Some of you are using Neville's teachings to justify staying in abusive, toxic, or low-level situations. You tell yourself, I just need to revise harder. So you stay with the cheating partner. You stay with the disrespectful boss. You stay with the parasitic friend. All in the name of spiritual work. This is not spiritual work. This is spiritual masochism. Neville did not teach you to be a doormat. He taught you that you are the operant power. If you are the king of your reality, why is your court filled with jesters and traitors? Sometimes the way you change the conception of yourself is by realizing that a man of your caliber does not hang out with these people. The moment you truly rise in consciousness, one of 2 things must happen. It is a law. 1. They transform to match you. 2. They are expelled from your reality. If you have been working on yourself, and they are still there, still draining you, still disrespecting you, it is because you are holding on to them. You are gripping them tight with your mental focus. You are afraid to let the vacuum happen. You are afraid that if you stop fixing them, you will be alone, and you are right. You might be alone for a while. But the solitude of a king is better than the company of a slave. Part 4. The 3 archetypes of time wasters. To fix this, we need to identify who we are dealing with. In my analysis of thousands of men, I have found 3 main archetypes of people who do not deserve your time. 1. The historian, the anchor. This person only knows you from the past. Every conversation is, remember when? They have no future, they have no vision. They are replaying the same high school football game, the same college parties, the same old glory days. When you talk about your new business, your new philosophy, or your new discipline, their eyes glaze over. They say, you've changed, man. They say it like an insult. You should take it as a compliment. The historian wastes your time by forcing you to look backward. You cannot drive forward if you are staring in the rearview mirror. 2. The skeptic, the vampire. This is the person who demands proof. Does that manifestation stuff really work? Show me the money first. Be realistic. They disguise their cynicism as critical thinking. They want to debate you. They want you to justify your dreams to them. Listen to me closely. Never ever cast your pearls before swine. Neville warned about this explicitly. Go and tell no man. When you try to convince a skeptic, you are validating their doubt. You are giving their doubt power over you. You are saying, I need your approval for this to be real. You don't. The skeptic wastes your time by forcing you to defend a reality that you should be constructing. 3. The victim, the black hole. This is the most dangerous one. The victim always has a crisis. It is always someone else's fault. The boss, the ex, the government, the weather. They call you for advice. You give them a solution. They say, yeah, but they don't want a solution. They want energy. They want to feed on your sympathy. If you offer them a ladder, they will complain that their hands hurt. You cannot save the victim. By trying to save them, you validate their helplessness. You become an accomplice to their weakness. The victim wastes your time by dragging you into a state of powerlessness. Part 4. The mechanics of inner speech. So, how do you stop? It is not just about blocking their number. You can block them on your phone, but if you are still arguing with them in the shower, they are still winning. They are still living rent-free in your penthouse. Neville taught that inner speech is the cause of the circumstances of life. Observe your inner speech regarding these people. Are you rehearsing arguments? Are you justifying your decision to cut them off? Are you imagining them apologizing? Are you imagining proving them wrong? All of these are forms of attachment. Hate is not the opposite of love. Indifference is. As long as you are emotionally reactive to them, even in the privacy of your own mind, you are bound to them. You are keeping the quantum entanglement alive. You must reach the point of zero-point neutrality. This is the pruning shears of revision applied to people. When a thought of them arises, do not fight it. Do not get angry. Simply say, that is an old memory. That person does not exist in my world anymore. And then, this is the key, you must pivot immediately to your aim. You must replace the void they left with a new construction. If you cut off a loser friend, you must replace that mental space with a conversation with a winner, even if you don't know the winner yet. Hold an imaginary conversation with the version of yourself who is surrounded by high-level men. Hear them congratulating you on your success. Hear the quality of the conversation. It is crisp, it is productive, it is inspiring. Fill the vacuum with the ideal. Part 6. The specific person SP trap. I have to address this because I know 50% of you are thinking about a woman. You are wasting time on a woman who doesn't want you, doesn't respect you, or is playing games with you. And you are using Neville's teachings to manifest her back. She is me pushed out. I just need to persist. Let's look at the state you're occupying. You are occupying the state of waiting. You are occupying the state of second choice. You are occupying the state of beggar. A man who knows his worth does not wait. He selects. If she is playing games, she is reflecting your own insecurity. She is reflecting your belief that you have to earn love, that you have to chase value. The moment you stop wasting time on her, the moment you genuinely withdraw your attention and place it on your mission and your own self-concept, she will feel the shift. Women are intuitive masters of energy. They know when you are hungry. They know when you are needy. It repels them. When you become the star of your own movie instead of the supporting actor in hers, the dynamic flips. But you have to be willing to lose her to get her. You have to be willing to walk away. Not as a manipulation tactic, not as a technique, but because you genuinely value your peace more than her validation. If you cannot walk away, you have no power. In any negotiation, the person who needs the deal the most loses. Stop negotiating with your dignity. Part 7. The protocol of separation. Here is the practical application. Tonight. Step 1. The audit. Take a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle. On the left, write assets. On the right, write liabilities. List every person you interact with regularly. If after hanging out with them you feel energized, clearer, and more ambitious, they are an asset. If you feel tired, confused, irritated, or heavy, they are a liability. Be ruthless, family included, history included. Step 2. The fade. You do not need to make a dramatic announcement. You do not need to send a breakup text to your friends. That is ego. That is seeking a reaction. Just fade. Stop initiating. Stop asking, how are you? Stop accepting invitations to low-value events. Prioritize your mission. I can't make it. I'm working. It's not a lie. You are working. You are working on your empire. The ones who respect you will understand. The ones who don't will get angry. Let them get angry. Their anger is their problem, not yours. Step 3. The mental diet. This is the hard work. For the next 7 days, you are on a strict mental diet regarding these people. If their name pops into your head, you have a preloaded response. I wish them well, but they are not part of my journey. Cut the feed. Do not stalk their social media. Do not ask mutual friends about them. Starve the curiosity. Curiosity is a form of attention. If you check their Instagram, you have reset the clock. You have reopened the wound. Discipline means you control your eyeballs as much as you control your mind. Step 4. The new standard. You need to define the entry fee for your life. What is the price of admission to your reality? My price is simple. You must be growing. You must be honest. You must be taking responsibility for your life. If you don't meet those criteria, you can be an acquaintance, but you cannot be an intimate. You cannot be in the inner circle. When you set this standard, you will be tested. The universe will send you people who are almost good enough, but have one major red flag. It is a test. Are you serious about this standard, or are you desperate? Pass the test. Say no. Part 8. The loneliness of the long-distance runner. I want to prepare you for what comes next. When you execute this protocol, it will get quiet. Your phone will stop buzzing. Your weekends might be empty. This is the dark night of the soul. This is the wilderness. Most men panic here. They run back to the toxic friends because the silence is too loud. Do not run back. This silence is sacred. This is the space where you build the new self. This is where you hear your own intuition for the first time in years, because it isn't being drowned out by other people's noise. Use this time. Read, train, build, meditate. Become so comfortable with your own company that you never again feel the need to tolerate disrespect just to avoid being alone. A man who enjoys his own company is invincible. He cannot be manipulated. He cannot be threatened with exclusion. Oh, you don't want to hang out with me? Okay, I have a great evening planned with myself. That is power. Neville Goddard said, "Change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change the world in which you live." Your conception of yourself is defined by what you tolerate. If you tolerate garbage, you are saying, "I am a garbage can." If you tolerate disrespect, you are saying, "I have no value." Stop saying that. Rewrite the script. I am the prize. Time is my currency. I invest it only where it grows. Look at your life. Look at the people in it. If they are not helping you row the boat, they are drilling holes in the bottom. Throw them overboard. And if you love them from a distance. Wish them the best. Pray for them. Visualize them rising, but do it from over there. Do not let them sink your ship. You have a destination to reach. Tonight, you make the cut. Tonight, you stop the leak. Tonight, you reclaim your sovereignty. If this message hit home, if you know exactly who you need to cut loose, verify it with a like. And if you are ready to walk this path of extreme mental discipline, subscribe. We are building the few, the proud, the awake. The test is tonight. The lab is your mind. Stop wasting time. Start ruling your world.